everybody, this is Bob from Buckeye Sports Center. Today I'm really excited to talk to you guys about the 2023 Heyday WTSURF. So this is a Heyday model. It's been in the line for a few years. It's really kind of been their best selling the last several years. And it's kind of the first boat that really got Heyday going as far as a brand. Heyday is a fairly new brand that's only been around for 6 or 7 years. But when they came out with this model in this size, their original models were all in that kind of 18, 19 foot category. This was the first larger model. This one actually comes in at the actual hull length is around 23 feet or about 25 feet with a platform. So this really got Heyday into that meat of the market, into that 23 foot category. And you'll see that just basically what you're going to find here. Everybody knows how boats have gone up in price over the last several years, but Heyday is giving you that value in that category where in a lot of cases I think that they're going to be $30,000 less than most other competition in the same size. We sell some of that stuff, so there is definitely a price advantage there, but getting into a inboard wake boat, with some technology, with a warranty, it might look a little bit more appealing than maybe some of the pre-owned boats that you're comparing it against out there. So in a lot of ways, this boat does not compete too much with other new boats. It's usually going to compete with maybe a pre-owned boat from another brand, because really there's nobody that can touch the price point of these boats from a standpoint of getting something new with a warranty. So Heyday is a brand that's interesting because it's backed by Brunswick, which is the same company that owns like Sea Ray, Boston Whaler, but they saw a niche in the market that was not being filled with that value wake category, and this boat's a really kind of a testament to that. You've got kind of the pickle fork type bow setup, so a wider bow, which you'll see as we get inside the boat. So a little bit different looking boat. It's not a traditional pointy nose boat. It's definitely unique in its design, and it's definitely a cool boat to get involved with. So let's take a look inside. Okay, so first off we're going to talk about, we can't see too much of it here, but we've got the integrated wake system with Heyday. So basically you're going to find the slope of the transom is going to be pretty defined and pretty significantly sloped downward. All right, and that allows that wake to start developing a little sooner. So you'll see that the bottom of the boat actually will be a lot more underneath the boat than most boats, and that's kind of where they call it the Heyday integrated wake system, where that kind of forms the wave and allows that wave to kind of build up and have a lot of length to it. So with Heyday, you're going to find it's a pretty simple way to set up the boat. There's not a lot of tabs or other things you have to adjust or be aware of. It's pretty much fill up the ballast and let her rip. That's kind of the way that the boat's designed. When we look at that's one of the reasons why you'll see that the platform here is a little bit more narrow as we move toward the back of it, because that's where the wave is going to be building up, and we don't want the platform to interfere. So right where I'm sitting right now is kind of your staging area. You're kind of getting ready, getting booted up, and then you jump into the water. Nice thing is, again, there's a lot of things on this boat which normally you'll find on more premium boats, but you're going to see on this Heyday with all this non-skid rubberized matting that for the boat entry points, as well as the flooring. That's all part of the boat, which is pretty cool. We've got this walk-through, so again we're walking through the whole transom of the boat. We're not stepping on any upholstery, which is kind of cool. And then this is another thing that really is one of the first features that people notice when they get into Heydays, is this unique seat, which is actually a legal seat while under operation. So you can actually be surfing and actually sit here. We've got grab handles here. We actually have a little USB charger on this side, so it's actually a really comfortable, really nice seat to kind of sit and watch the action behind you. Obviously we can see on the starboard side how it's filled in with cushions, so you can actually fill it in as well. So however, most people, especially while you're running the boat and using it for water sports, you're going to make these be actual seats like they are now. So again, real cool seat setup. There's we've got a nice wakeboard tower, and we'll check out the cockpit next. Okay, we move into the cockpit area of the WTSURF, and the cool thing here is we've got a lot of rear face seating, even without having necessarily a sliding bench seat or anything like that. We've got the starboard side, for somebody smaller like a kid or a woman, can sit facing backwards watching the action. On this side we have a flip-flop seat, so I can sit facing backwards, or if nobody's going on, we can flip this seat the other way, kind of have a co-captain's chair, which is really cool. Again, we talked about the flooring and the matting, and this boat has all the bells and whistles that you kind of want. You've got the subwoofer, you've got a premium stereo, you've got tower speakers, you've got tower bimini, you do have a fold down a fold down bimini tower, so that if you do need to get into a garage or a storage area, you can do that really easily. So, and it's an aesthetically cool looking tower, which is awesome. A lot of times on a lot of more value oriented wakeboard boats, you look at the boat and it looks pretty good, but then you see the chintzy looking tower on it, and this one looks pretty, certainly by no means is it a ridiculously high-end tower, but at the same time it looks pretty cool, and it doesn't look like maybe a few years ago when you had a kind of a chintzy looking tower on a value-oriented wakeboard boat. It definitely has that cool look that's more mid-level for the tower. This boat's rated for 17 people, so it's just crazy how much space is in it and how much capacity we do have. We've got a double, ballast system obviously underneath that you can control at the dash. The cool thing is we've got the Merc Cruiser 6.2 liter 370 horsepower engine. All the engine data is stored onto this middle screen here, and pretty much everything is controlled on the engine side through the middle screen. Then we have all your other switches and gauges and your lights and ballast switches and stuff like that. We do have 3 ballasts on here. We've got a right, a left, and a front ballast. So typically, the way that you're going to set this boat up for surfing is you're typically going to have if you're surfing on the port side, you're going to have the left ballast full, probably the front ballast full as well. And then if you switch over somebody to the starboard side, you'll drain the left and then fill the right-hand side ballast. And really, that's your adjustability. There's no fancy, ridiculously overpriced trim tab system or anything like that. It's a pretty simple system. That's one of the reasons why the cost is so low, but it does work and it does have a great wave. So move to the dash area on the Heyday, and this has everything that you really need and want on the dash. So everything's really low profile, pretty cool. You've got the Mercury gauge system, so all your engine data and stuff is going to be controlled by the middle screen. We've got a Merc Cruiser 6.2 liter 370 horsepower engine, which is plenty of power for this boat. We talked about Mercury is actually part of the Heyday family in that Brunswick category, so you don't have a third-party engine since it's all owned by the same company, which is kind of nice. Great looking steering wheel, and then all your gauges and switches and ballast and stuff is going to be controlled along the left-hand switch panel here. So we do have 3 ballast tanks in this boat, one on the left, one on the right, and one in the center. And you can basically, the way that you're going to operate this boat, if you're going to surf on the port side, you're going to have the port rear ballast filled. You're going to have probably the middle ballast filled, and you're not going to fill the one on the right-hand side. So that's how you kind of adjust things, and the wake is really, really good, even without having this crazy elaborate trim tab system and stuff like that are driving the price up. So it's actually pretty amazing what they can do just with the hull and the ballast only in order to create the wave. So that's a really cool setup. We've got plenty of space for myself. I've got a nice little armrest over here so I can control the throttle. I've got plenty of space for my legs, even me being a bigger guy. We can use the bolster seat to give me additional space as far as visibility. And then as we move from the dash up into the bow area, you can see that we've got there's that cushion off to the right that actually goes in the center, but we've got a really roomy bow area that's very wide. We talked about that earlier, so plenty of room for, you could probably get 4 kids up here. This piece kind of fills in the center if you wanted to fill it in, but plenty deep enough. Plenty, 2 full-size adults easily up here, maybe 3 to 4 kids, and overall, I really do like the upholstery, the way that they finish off the upholstery from a color perspective. I think looks good. The stitching is good. It feels heavy duty. It doesn't feel like I'm caving in. So it's a pretty premium upholstery, even though we're in that premium category, in the wakeboard category, and they know that they can't get away with anything that isn't premium on the upholstery. So so I really do like the way that the upholstery feels, and again, we've got padding all the way through, so you can sit in whatever direction you want. So overall, just a ton of space up here in the bow of the Heyday WTSURF. So thanks everybody for watching the 2023 Heyday WTSURF with us at Buckeye Sports Center. In summary, what we're seeing here is a big boat, a ton of value. This is a boat that probably even will load it up, at least for 2023, is kind of in that $100,000 price point, maybe even a hair below it. And you can't really say that for almost anything anymore. Even even the smaller wakeboard boats from some of the other brands, you know, they're still over 100 grand. So you know, getting something in that huge kind of 23 to 25 foot category, you know, 17 person capacity. I mean, it's just nothing else is out there. So you know, you kind of have to look at, you know, getting something like this brand new with a warranty, you know, from a backed builder like Brunswick, that is a well-known manufacturer that really has a good reputation. You know, it's really a lot of value here. So definitely check out the Heyday WTSURF with us here at Buckeye Sports Center to view our inventory, BuckeyeSportsCenter.com. View our YouTube page. We've got videos on Heyday, and we actually sell 5 different wakeboard boat brands here, so you can see videos from Axis and Moomba and Malibu and Nautique as well, you know, with us at Buckeye. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the water.